Hey guys, God bless. Welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene and I have a emergency video, I guess, because I meant to come on and talk about this anyway, but it would be fitting that a situation would take place that will cause me to say, hey, it's a reminder to get this video done. Y'all excuse me because my husband has a cold and I think I got a cold from him. But this time we went beyond to make sure this doesn't take over like any of the other colds. But please, I'm sorry if I sound weird. And it's in the morning. But anyway, I hope you guys are well. I miss y'all. I missed consistently making videos. But anyway, this video is about business. So we're going to handle business. Disclaimer. This video is not intended to offend. It's not intended to assume the worst about anyone. It's not intended to attack anyone. It's not intended to hurt anyone's feelings, mislead anyone, or have anyone to judge me differently. And I hope that isn't the case. But I do need to handle business. It's one of those things that I kind of put off because no matter when you do it, I'm pretty sure someone's going to feel the type of way. But God has given me this boldness to rebuke or to reproof or correct. And I used to run from it, but I'm trying to embrace it now because someone has to be the truthful one. Someone has to be the one to handle things accordingly. And oftentimes that person isn't liked because this person say things that people don't want to hear or people aren't mature enough to handle. But let's talk about the Bible giveaways and the Bibles that I have in my possession. There are some things that I'm going to do differently going into 2024. But let me handle the initial matters that I tend to forget every time I talk about this matter. There are some things that have taken place that have prohibited or hindered any giveaway or anything at this time. Because if y'all remembered, I said I wanted to give a Bible away this month. Now, this month isn't over with, so maybe things will change. But as far as like getting it to the person before the new year, I don't see that happening. And that's because we had one incident where Jace got the flu, which put us at risk going out in public. So y'all know my rule about that. Or if you don't know, if you're new, if my children are sick, more likely I'm liable to get sick, or at least if I'm dealing with my children, that makes me more germy than the average day. So then I don't tend to try to go out in stores or handle any business because that would be inconsiderate of me, and that would be me not loving my neighbors. If I love my neighbors, I am concerned about their safety and health as well as mine. Then Jace got the flu again, and he got it pretty bad. So that kind of had us bound to the house. I even missed church. So obviously, if I'm too sick or someone's too sick to go to church, I'm certainly too sick to go to the post office. That's just my real answer. Also, my husband has moments where things are just like this. These packages get delivered to us. We have to make sure we're home. They do give us a window, but we try not to take any chances. He also has appointments that we have to go to that are in the opposite direction of the post office. And if y'all are new here, then you understand, or you don't know that with my husband being out of work and I was a stay-at-home mom already, we don't have any income. So God has been taking care of us. So we do not have money and gas to just go up and down the road. We have to be smart and we have to be wise, and we try to structure our coming and our goings for certain days, which I usually inform the person who the Bible is going to, hey, this Bible is going out on this day or around this time, and be on the lookout for it. And then there's the big thing that I need to update you guys about that I didn't want to come on and talk about because it's embarrassing, and I'm the type where if I feel like I keep mentioning it, I get tired of even talking about it myself, and I won't want to get tired of me talking about it. But if you've been here long enough, you know that my car has been giving me issues this whole time. And every time I even come back and say, God, do you want me to give away these Bibles? Because it doesn't, like, things happen and it's like, yay, like I get the bulk of the Bibles, but then my car breaks down. Like when one issue gets resolved, something else happens. And of course I turn to God and say, God, what are you saying? But anyway, my car has been giving me issue this entire time, this whole year. Finally, we are at the point where it's like, okay, it has to be put down. So it's currently at a shop, and the problem is very expensive. We're looking at between $600 and $700. We're looking at having to remove the engine. That's a big job. So far from analyzing the car, my water pump is bad and something else, another part. But yeah, just know that I got tired of talking about my car. Literally, like that was it. I mean, it could be pride or whatever the case, but I just got tired of talking about my problem with my car. So then I refrained from mentioning it again because I don't want to taint people's mindset either. Like I don't want people to pity me. I don't want people to, you know, be upset or anything, because there's a lot riding on the Bibles and the giveaways. But that brings me to the next part of this conversation, because now that you know all the things that may hinder the giveaways and things, let's talk about the criteria within the giveaway itself. My criteria are pretty much the same per giveaway. I would prefer that anybody who doesn't need a Bible, who can afford to buy their own Bible, to refrain from participating, because the Bible is for those who are in need, those who can't afford, those who recently had their Bible destroyed or can't be used or too worn, someone who may need a different translation for understanding, or someone who is ministering or mentoring someone or knows someone that could use a Bible, that they don't have a Bible to give them and that person doesn't have a Bible for themselves. Those are my criteria. But of course, I can't control everyone and I can't read everyone's mind. I only can put the information out there and pray that God touches the heart of everyone to do the right thing. The next thing I want to talk about is availability. For the most part, I have made mention that, hey, I have Bibles and I usually do a video. When someone is gracious enough to send Bibles in, I make a video, I show you all what I have, and then I try to organize them so that business is separate from pleasure. These are my Bibles on this shelf right here, and then there's some sporadically all over the house, but these at the bottom, most of them are giveaways. Not all of them, but most of them. I try to organize and keep them separate because I don't want, one, anyone to think, hey, she's trying to keep Bibles for herself. And two, I want to refrain from that temptation, like, ooh, I really like this Bible myself. Because if y'all have been here long enough, you know that I struggle with collecting Bibles, and I'm trying my best to have that under control. I understand new people may not understand that, so this is why I want to make that video to kind of put it out there. I also want to address the fact that people have entrusted these Bibles to me, and usually through conversation of email, we have made it clear and we have been on the same page that however the Lord see fit. So if there's a need that comes up, somebody gets a Bible. If someone emails me and they need a Bible, they get a Bible. And of course, just to be clear, because I want people to understand that when you send me your possessions and you trust me to do the right thing, I do have rules and regulations regarding that. One thing is, after I have had the consent with the person, hey, just so you understand, these Bibles are for my discretion, and I give them out as I see fit, whether online or in person. And when we agree, that's exactly what I do. And most of the time, a need needs to be met anyway, because people are on holding. Like I say, hey, if I get a Bible, I will let you know. Second thing that has been an issue is people wanting to choose and pick which Bible they want. Now, for me, I have three preferences that I allow. Translation, because I understand that everybody doesn't have the same translation and don't understand the same translation. Font. Font is important because some people have eye issues, and I want you to be able to read and use the Bible and not just get it because it's pretty and it has a pretty cover, but understand that, hey, this font might not be the best size for you. But again, that's the discretion I leave on your end. Like I say, hey, this is this size font. Or do you have a font preference? And most of the times people say no. But if you do, I do take that into consideration. And lastly, style. Not color or anything, but style. And by style, I mean regular Bible, study Bible, journaling Bible. That's what I mean by style. I do allow those preferences because everybody's not into Bible journaling, and everybody may not utilize or could utilize a regular Bible. You may need space for note and opportunity. I understand that wholeheartedly because I am that way as well. So those are the three preferences that I will allow the person to give to me. Any other preferences I do not entertain, and I will tell you why. Because it gets to a point where it's less about what's needed and more about what's wanted. And although I told y'all I don't hold true to the statement beggars can't be choosers per se, but I do feel like everything should be within reason and a guideline. I think if you don't have a Bible, you have a right to say, hey, I would like a journaling Bible if that is your style, if you know that will work best for you. I believe that. But to say, hey, can I have a purple Bible, or do you have a green Bible, or do you have a Bible with a strap, or do you have a pretty designed Bible over a plain? Those right there, I draw the line, because if I did that, it will be a lot of people picking and choosing, and then there'll be a lot of Bibles that are left that people don't want and need per se. And again, it will be more so about what the Bible looks like than what the Bible is needed for. So that's my conviction on that. Like, that's something that I prayed about, that I analyzed, and I structured, and those are my final things. 3 preferences I've named. Everything else, I'm not the person for you. I'm sorry. These are things that is hard to say, but I do have to be a little stern in this matter, because if not, people will take advantage of you. Even with the giveaways, I've seen people who, even after the criteria I've mentioned to, you can't afford it, you don't have the translation, or do you have a need for it? There are still those individuals that I see hop from Bible giveaway to Bible giveaway, and they're all participated, and they have Bibles. And, I can't control that. But I can make the rule here on this channel that, hey, if you have won a Bible from me before, this is not for you. This is for people who can't afford it, Bible damaged, they need a new one, or update one, they need a different translation to learn and understand, they have someone in their life that could use the Bible. I do allow for that, because all of us don't have Bibles laying around, and if we are actively discipling people and ministering to people, then we may run into somebody who needs a Bible. So that's understandable. But oh, this is something that I just mentioned to a subscriber, and I want to make this known public, because this is one of the things that I don't think I've said too often. I do remember saying it in one video, but everybody doesn't watch the one video, right? People have different schedules, they're busy, so they don't get all the notifications. Speaking of, if you want to get all videos notified to you, when you go to hit subscribe under my name on my channel, it has a bell, and you can click on it. Again, it will give you an option. Do you want to get notified about some videos? And then you can kind of create what videos you prefer, or all videos where you get every single video from me whenever I drop them. And I've been dropping videos every day for the most part. But anyway, for example, there are some things that I'm not okay with, and that I wouldn't, which I probably should have did this backwards. I should have made this known and then say, hey, send me Bibles. But at the same time, it's a hard decision, and it takes guts to say, hey, don't do that, don't do this, especially when people feel differently. But I have no choice what to put in this video, because I want everything out on the table. First things first, I personally feel a way about the Passion Translation. I don't want it sent in to me. I would not give that translation away. That Jehovah Witness Bible, I don't want it. I don't want it sent into me, and I'm not comfortable giving it out. These are 2 Bibles I absolutely do not want, and would not give it back out. Like, I feel some type of way about them. There's research behind each and every one of them, so you can do that on your own time, but just know my conviction is to stay away from them. Also, any Bibles that are prejudiced or give the illusion that there's a preference of ethnicity or skin color, I would not give those Bibles out publicly either. I will probably either donate them or something, because I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe in there's a special ethnicity that God has chosen. And I'm not talking about his chosen people. I'm talking about the difference between white and black, or etc. Like, I would not give those Bibles away. I prefer not to receive those Bibles either. And that's just me plainly saying it. I'm not talking about any individual person. I'm just throwing it out there that, hey, I don't want those Bibles, and I would not give those Bibles back out. Another preference or criteria that I have as a personal conviction. I know and understand that everyone may say, hey, I just need a Bible, but there are feminine Bibles, and then there are masculine Bibles or unisex Bibles that can go for anybody. That's my personal conviction, and I feel like I have justification, because as Christians, we definitely should draw that line that, hey, this is for males, this is for females. I do have mostly female oriented Bibles that are feminine in style, and that can get kind of complicated, because I have had people who want Bibles or need Bibles that are men, and I try my best to accommodate that, or I say, hey, I'll wait for something to come in and give that away. But for right now, for the most part, I think I only have two Bibles that can be given to a male, that they don't look feminine or anything at all, that they can go for male or female. And usually that's about what it is, like a few Bibles, not a lot. But I would not give a women's study Bible to a male. I would not do that. I would not give a He Reads Truth Bible to a female. I won't do that. I will give it to a male. And like I said, that's my personal convictions on that. Everybody doesn't have to agree, but I ask that you respect the rules that are mapped out for here. Another thing, I will not be giving away two Bibles to the same person. I definitely have made that mention, like, hey, if you want a Bible already, that's cool, that's fine. You cannot re-enter again. Also, there has been scenarios where someone say, hey, I know 10 people who need a Bible. Unless 10 separate people from 10 separate established accounts contact me and say I need a Bible, I can't entertain that either. And that's not to say that anyone's a liar. I just have to be careful as much as I possibly can, because I don't want, because believe it or not, people take advantage of free. As someone who's been at the food pantry myself, and my daughter now volunteers there, people can not have a need for the food and still feel like they're entitled to the food because the food is free. And that's not the case, and nor is that the case for free Bibles. This is to meet a need, meaning someone who can't get this for themselves. Not just because it's free, that it's free for all. That's not true, and that's not how we're running the giveaways. Trying to make sure I don't forget anything. For the most part, I have accepted new, used, gently used, good condition, very good condition Bibles. My thing is also, if it's too raggedy for you to use, it's probably too raggedy for someone else. So I do ask that, hey, don't send anything raggedy in. But in regards to sending anything in, I do have quite a stash now. If you do have anything that God has led on your heart, absolutely. But I also have told people, so people won't think I'm just collecting Bibles for myself, that, hey, if there is a local church, if there's a local shelter or group home or nursing home, if there's any of these places available in your community, remember, you have the duty to take care of the needs in your community. See if any of these establishments needs Bibles. And then if they don't, and you don't know anyone in life around you that can use a Bible, then you're more than welcome to send it to me, and I will try my best to get them where they need to go. It's not easy, but it's very rewarding to do so. And we've gotten to a point now where people are finally in real life, because I told y'all that was on my heart. Like, Lord, I want to be able to be a blessing in my community. And sure enough, God has sent me or my husband people to say, hey, do you happen to have an extra Bible by any chance? And I'm like, yes, we do. And I have given away about 3 recently. And I thank God for the opportunity, because the goal is not to hold on to them, is to get them out of here. Also, going into 2024, when someone sends in Bibles, I would not be showcasing them like I normally have. I know me, I take responsibility. I've gotten excited, and I was so into, hey guys, someone sent Bibles in for you all if you need one. But what happens is people start nitpicking and picking and choosing what they want. And to me, that's not okay. Like I said, I'm all for translation, font size, and style. But when you start, hey, I like that one's pretty, or that cover looks better than that one, then in my heart, I'm looking at as, okay, so do you need a Bible, or do you want what you saw? Because there's a difference. Like when you're looking at something, like I can go in the store right now. Right now, I'm sitting at home. I'm content. I got my Bibles. I got my stuff. I'm good. But then take me to a bookstore. Other Bibles and other books are going to start appealing to me because I can see it. So be careful about, vanity or covetousness, where because you saw it, you want that particular one. If you actually need a Bible, you just need a Bible. Now, like I said, I'm very lenient. You can ask the people who talk to me. And I ask questions, those 3 preferences, I ask them. And then if there's any other specific, like say I'm down to 2 Bibles, then I might actually say, well, hey, there's one that's floor printed and then there's one that's plain. Which one would you prefer? I may do that. Or oftentimes I wait and see if God actually nudged me to do that, because I don't want to step outside my own rules and boundaries unless God is in it. Another thing going into 2024, just so you guys know, like I said before, this is on a first come, first serve basis. Now, I have mentioned that, hey, if someone needs a Bible outside of the giveaways, to just let me know, and I will try my best to get something to you. And I plan on to continue doing that. But again, please pay attention to everything I have said prior up until this point. If you are, one thing I have not, or I've been very careful about, if you contact me on behalf of somebody else, I will plainly say I need that person to contact me themselves. And that's because, again, please understand that just because we're talking about Bibles doesn't mean that people don't take advantage of, or people aren't destroying Bibles, because that's another thing too. There are people out there that are collecting them to destroy them. Also, I've seen on another channel, another giveaway where someone made a fake account to obtain a Bible, and they were being dishonest. And it's sad, it's unfortunate that a Christian would do such a thing, but we're all still in flesh, and people would do some of the craziest things when they want something. Like they want a certain Bible so bad that they're willing to make a fake account to try to obtain it, or try to claim a prize that belonged to somebody else. So please understand my heart here. I have to be careful about what I'm doing, and I have to do things in decency and in order. And I hope and pray that I have answered all questions and things regarding the giveaway. Like I said, right now, I had plans to mail another one out this month for a Christmas giveaway, but I have no car. And it's completely down. I ask that you all pray for me about that, and I'm sorry that I didn't come out and just say it. It's just one of the things where it's getting to a point where I was embarrassed, and I was really upset about it, because it's the holidays. And with traveling and visiting people and stuff, it's like I just hated for that to happen, because it was our least expensive car to operate. Like the gas was cheaper to go in there and you go further. So yeah. And I had just filled the tank up. So imagine how I felt, right? But y'all pray for me. And again, if you have any questions, concerns about anything that I have said and done, please email me. If you have any feelings or emotions toward anything that you feel like I have done, please email me. Keep things relevant. If you have questions, concerns about a Bible giveaway, keep that on the Bible giveaway video. Or I would say, again, if you want to express yourself, the best appropriate way to go about that is through email between you and the person. You do not put things out there publicly for people to judge or to people to read or people to assume. That is very messy and that's very inappropriate. If you have an issue, please send it to my email. I love you all. God bless. Take care. Bye.